Hello, we're going to go ahead now and talk about the atomic models. This is going to be a very brief overview. We'll deal with them a little bit more as we go into Big Idea 1, as well as we're going to continue to deal with them as we look at just overall structure of the atom. Now, your learning goal is going to be students will be able to explain the progression of the atomic model based on the experiments of the scientists. Let's jump right into it. Now, starting off 400 BC, we're dealing with Democritus, who just proposed the idea that the atom actually exists. He didn't have any proof. He didn't have, any background on it. Just in his mind, he thought, there has to be a point where we can no longer break things down. So he was the first to actually propose the theory of atoms. There's only one problem: no proof, no credit. So the next time this idea comes around is in 1803 by John Dalton, and he came up with these characteristics of the atom. Now, his first postulate, first idea, that atoms are indivisible, can't be divided. The second idea, atoms of the same elements are identical. Third, atoms of different elements are different. And fourth, chemical reactions rearrange elements into different compounds. This was the basis of all of his understanding of atoms at that time. He was an atmospheric chemist, so using gases to experiment, he was able to come up with these things. As time went on, we were able to figure out that some of these ideas were actually incorrect. Let's go ahead and move on. Next, we're coming to J.J. Thompson. In 1903, he used his cathode ray tube experiment, and he actually discovered that electrons are there. If you look at any of the diagrams of a cathode ray tube, we're just running electricity through this tube of gas. But when he introduced charged plates, that's where we started to run into and see that there was a change. He started to notice that when he had the negative plate turned on, the particles went away from the actual negative plate. This giving them evidence that there's actually negative charges inside of the atom. Moving on from there, about 10 years later, we have Ernest Rutherford. Gold foil experiment, as you're seeing here on the screen, where he shot alpha particles at gold foil, expecting that they would all go through, meaning the atom is just empty space, everything goes on as normal. And he started to realize that, hey, I have some that are deviating and some that are bouncing back. That's where we come to the idea that we have this positively charged nucleus in the center of each atom. Now, again, this is just a general overview. We're going to use this information to actually start to understand or get a better understanding, of the structure of the atom and the structure of matter overall. The question I'll leave you with is this: which of Dalton's postulates have been changed based on just the models or the experiments that we found so far? Again, which of John Dalton's postulates or his ideas have been changed based on the two additional models that we've added since that point? That's all for now. Have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you in class.